year that I have going on. This is my I should have packed last night look. This is my I have no makeup on my face. My hair is in a bun. Like, you know what? Every time I go somewhere, I tell myself, pack beforehand, pack the night before, not even the night before. It should really be like 2 nights before. Pack, a couple of days ahead of time, just throw some things in a bag, brainstorm about what you're going to wear, yada, yada. I always say that. And then I never come through. I never come through for myself. Like, I wait until the last minute to pack. So, this what you're looking at right now is a byproduct of me running around my house like crazy because I'm going to be in Charlotte tomorrow and I just decided to pack today. So I'm leaving my house today, but I'm not actually going to Charlotte until tomorrow. So, I just decided to pack the day up because, like, what the heck? Just throw some clothes in a bag and go with it. But it's never that simple. It's never that simple. That's what you think. You're like, oh, I just need, 3 pairs of jeans and 3 t-shirts and, 2 pairs of pajamas. Like, that's what you think. And then you start packing and you're like, but what if I need to change my shirt? But what if I need an extra pair of pajamas? But what if I stay an extra day? And then you just start going into this like black hole of packing. So this is me coming out of my black hole of packing to bring you guys the continuation of the series. So you're getting me au naturel today, or au naturel, whatever, you know what I mean. All right, so this is a continuation of the Double Down series that I have been doing this week. It is 11 a.m. So today we are going to be talking about service-based stuffuses. And this is the last day. Oh, so sad. This is the last day of the series. It has been a long week. Doing lives this much back to back is kind of draining, but I have been appreciating the human contact. I am a solopreneur. So what that means is I work literally, I am my only employee. Occasionally I do bring in independent contractors for different projects, or if there's something big going on and I kind of need help handling it, handling the smaller things so that I can focus on the bigger picture, I will bring in an independent contractor. But for the most part, I do everything by myself. And so what that means for me as a solopreneur, and probably what that means for a lot of you guys, is that you don't get a lot of human contact. You don't. It's a lot of digital, a lot of emails, a lot of social media. The only human contact we really get is when we go out to events. So, which I don't do a lot. So yeah, I've been in here by myself, y'all. So yeah, this has been great for human contact and you guys just sending me emails and messages and all of that stuff. Yesterday I had to cancel the 4 p.m. live because I had an emergency that I had to handle, but I'm fine. It wasn't anything like detrimental to me. It was just something that I needed to get done, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to sit down and do live until about 4:30, and I didn't want to come 30 minutes late. So I am going to redo that live. I'm going to try to fit it in today. I think I'm just going to pre-record it and release it as a replay instead of coming here on live and like making you guys stop what you're doing live 3 times in one day instead of 2 times in one day, which is what I've been doing all week. So yes, let me just jump right into why we're all here in the first place. Today's topic is 10 must-haves for a service sales page. This is probably, all of this information was useful. All of it was useful, but this is like really useful. This is like really, really useful because we all are writing sales pages continuously, and we have these product ideas, and sales pages are like the cornerstone. Like, it's the last stop that people get to before they give you their money. The last stop is a sales page. So this is literally your last chance. Once you have done all the work creating your beautiful social media, you've attracted all this clientele and you've had conversations with them and you've talked about pricing and they've seen you on Instagram. They've begun to know, like, and trust you, and you release a product, they get your emails, and the last stop is the sales page. The last Alamo, the last frontier, whatever you want to call it. It's the last place they go to. So you want to make sure that this page is right, because this can make or break your sale literally, because they can either buy or not buy on this page. So this is a list of 10 things that you need on this page to really create. I don't know what's going on with me today. This is what you need on this page to really create the atmosphere of buying, the atmosphere of open your wallet. The, ooh, yes, I want to give my person, I'm going to give my, this, blah, blah, blah. The, ooh, yes, I want to give my money to this person. That happens on this page. I had to move the tripod for a second. Okay, so number one. So at this point, when you're looking at this list, you should already have a product in mind or a product in the process of being created or already created. One of those 3 stages you should be in. Okay, number one, the benefits listed. Your product sales page, your service sales page needs to have the benefits listed. Benefits, not features, benefits. How is this going to help this person? Benefits. There's a difference in between, and I said not features because there's a difference in between features and benefits. So for example, features would be, let's say features would be 3 sales calls. Not 3 sales calls, 3 one-on-one consultations during this 90-day program. That's a feature. A benefit would be one-on-one conversations with me over the phone. Well, no, that's not it. The benefit of that would probably be continued support. There we go. That's better. I had to rethink that. Okay, so the feature is the actual thing they're getting, which would be the 3 phone calls during 90 days. But the benefit is that they have your continued support and your input as they are progressing through whatever you have designed for them, or as they are working through the worksheets that you created or whatever it may be. So that's the benefit. So think about, like, what is this going to do for this person? Like, this is a feature. I added it on to my product. I built it into my coaching package because I know it's something they need, but what is it going to do for their life? How is it going to improve their day-to-day as one of my clientele? Those are the benefits. So make sure you have the benefits listed. I'm going to tell you guys right now, because y'all are probably going to go on my sales page and be like, wait a second, she doesn't have all these 10 things. You know what? I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I forget to list the benefits because I'm so tactical. So I'm saving you guys the headache. Don't be like me. Make sure that you go back through and revise and revise and revise. If you need to, you can have somebody else look at it for you. From an outsider's perspective, you can have a friend look at it for you and say, hey, if you read this, just read this one page for me and, tell me what you think about it. Ask me any questions you have about it. The questions they ask you are probably going to help you fill in the gaps of things that you need to add. And it's going to give you a really good idea of what your sales page is going to look to someone who has never seen it before, because it's going to be shown to people who have never seen it before. But if you show it to your friend first, it's like you get a test run before you put it out there into the world. And strangers that don't know you and don't already like you are looking at it and they're judging you based off of it. So show it to a friend. But list the benefits. That's number one. Number two, how can the information or products be accessed? So if you're going to offer someone a service, they need to know how they can access it. So is it going to be they can access the material through Teachable? Are they going to have access to it through a Google Drive? Is it going to be a Dropbox file that they get for it? They need to know how they can access it. When you're setting up your sales page, it's all about making everything transparent because people want to know exactly what they're getting before they buy. No one wants to spend $300 and then be surprised at what they get. Like, you have to set up the expectations of what that person is going to receive so that when they purchase, they're not trying to come back for a refund because they were confused, and they're not upset or underwhelmed or overwhelmed because they didn't really have the right set of expectations when they were buying. So this is not only going to help your sales page, but it's helping you throughout the entire process of creating a relationship with someone who buys repeatedly. So how are they going to access this information? If it's just a coaching program and you have the curriculum yourself and you're just calling them every so often with worksheets, how are they going to schedule those appointments to talk to you? How are they going to access those worksheets? You know, how are they going to get your phone number? Like all that little stuff that we don't think about, that we assume that everyone knows, not everyone knows. So the how is very important. So make sure you list how that information can be accessed. Number 3, when it can be accessed. When, because at this point they're like, this is beneficial to me. I know how I'm going to get it. She's going to send me a Dropbox file with all the worksheets I need, and then I can go over to the calendar and schedule, you know, the monthly coaching or whatever it may be. When can I do that? Is it immediate? Can I get it immediately after this? Do I have to wait 3 days for processing? Do I need to fill out a client intake and then wait another 48 hours? When do I expect to get what I've paid for? Like, we want to know that. We often forget that stuff because we go to the store and we know when we're going to get it because we get to walk out with it. Or, you know, we buy something online, and what are we looking for? Shipping. When is it going to get to my house? If I give you my money right now, when is it going to get to my house? And on product-based, it's a lot more transparent, but on service-based, sometimes we forget to put that when. So make sure you list when they're going to access the information and when things are going to start. So, because I didn't even write this down. If it's a coaching plan or a package, not plan, if it's a coaching package, then they need to know when they can get started. Like how soon? Like if I buy it today, can we start coaching at 4 o'clock today? Or do I have to wait a couple days? Like when? Okay. Number 4, testimonials. You may or may not have these. You may or may not have these yet. Testimonials. So if you've had past clients before and you don't have any testimonials, now is the time where you should write yourself a little note and say, send out an email to all past clients requesting a testimonial. So just nicely reach out to your past clientele and say, hey, do you guys mind writing me a testimonial? I'm really working on my strategic growth for 2018, and I loved working with you. I would appreciate having your input to include on my website and or on my sales page. It does not have to be specific to that service. If you have a testimonial specific to that service, that is obviously the best option. But if you do not have that, then you could still use a testimonial, a generic testimonial that someone gives you based off of working with you. Because the general idea is that if they've worked with you before, then working with you is still the same. You know what I mean? You're still the same person. Hopefully you haven't turned into someone new, but you're still the same person. So that testimonial is still valid for people who are looking to build a relationship or grow with your business or grow through your business. So just ask for testimonials. If you have not had any clients at all, if you have not had any clients yet and you're watching this right now, you need to get a client. So this is how you can do that. You can offer your services or some of your packages at a heavily discounted rate only to a few people, and then from that you can, receive testimonials. So what you would do is, for example, you would say, hey, I just released this new coaching package, and for the first 3 people that sign up, or the first 4 people that sign up, I'm offering a heavily discounted rate in exchange for the coaching itself and a testimonial. So that allows you to not only bring in your first couple of dollars, but it also allows you to give you some real entrepreneurship experience, and it gives you those testimonials so that when you do roll out that program, because what happens is after those first couple of clients, you're probably going to get a lot of feedback, and you're probably going to start to realize a lot of things. You'll be able to go back and then change your packages, make them a little bit better, and then roll them out at full price with the testimonials on your sales page. So some people call it beta testing. If it's a course, we call it beta testing. But if it's a coaching program, we just call it coaching at a discounted rate. So you can offer it just at a heavy discount. I would not necessarily say do it for free, only because in service-based businesses, when you do things for free, people are not as invested in them because they didn't have to spend their money. So you don't get the best amount, you don't get the best results. Like, as much as I would love to do what I do for free all the time, I can't, because the people that are going to opt into it for free, there's just not as much of a sense of urgency. And so they don't give you as much energy. They don't lay it out all on the line like people who have spent money. Like, if I spend $197 on something, I'm laying it all out on the line. And I'm saying that because I just released the page for the 30-day strategy plan. I just revamped it and released it because I did a couple last month. But yeah, when I pay $197 for something, I'm giving it my all. I need to make sure that I'm getting my money's worth, and that I'm at least doing the work that's going to allow me to make that $197 back. Versus if I opt into something for free, it kind of takes a backseat to everything else that I've paid for. And that's kind of honestly how it works with everybody. So just be weary of doing it for free. Rather, just do it at a discounted rate if you need the testimonials. Number 5, your bio or your background. When you're crafting your sales page, if it's for an audience, if you know that there's going to be a lot of people coming to that page that may or may not have come in contact with you, you need to have some type of background on you or your business so that they understand who you are as a company or who you are as a brand. So for me, I try to either put, I have a 100-word bio, and it's just pre-written. I have it in my email, so I can just plug it into different things. But I either try to put that little bio on there, or if I can't get the bio in there, it just doesn't look right as text, I try to get a picture of me in there or a video of me in there, something that will let these people know a little bit about who I am and my personality and kind of how I work and how I come off, because you're in a service base. So people that purchase your services are actually going to be people that you are working with. So there's going to be a not a building relationship. There's going to be a working relationship there. And so little things like your name, like they need to know that stuff, and your background, what your background is. And it doesn't have to be long. Like I said, I have a 100-word bio that I just plug in. Every time I see the bio thing, I'm like, plug it in, copy and paste. But yeah, they need to know just a little bit about you, because they're going to be serviced by you. And so they need to know what type of person you are. All right, number 6, a photo of you. I just went over that one. A photo of you. Remember earlier in this weekly series, I talked about humanizing your brand. A photo of you will instantly do that. It will instantly do that. So if you can fit in a photo of yourself, then fit in a photo of yourself and just put it at the bottom, owner of The Spoiled Writer, founder of The Spoiled Writer, CEO of The Spoiled Writer, whatever title you like to use. Whatever title you like to use, go ahead. Just pop in that photo because people will then be able to put a face to the brand. Please make sure it's a photo of you smiling. I didn't know if I needed to say that or not. It needs to be a photo of you smiling, y'all. It does. You don't need to look stressed. I mean, you don't need to look stressed. You don't need to be looking stressed. You don't need to be looking off into the distance. It doesn't need to be that awkward smile that we all have. We all have a fake awkward smile, like a I'm running for president smile. These are my 2 kids and my dog and my picket fence smile. Not that one. It needs to be a real one, because people can see the fakeness. So get a picture of you laughing. Like, even if you take it on your phone, get a picture of you laughing or something. All the pictures you guys see of me on my Instagram, those are all taken with my iPhone 7 Plus. So you could take a good picture, or someone can take a good picture of you. Someone can take a candid of you. Here's a good one. Get dressed in a cute outfit, okay? Go out to lunch with a friend and tell them to take a picture of you. And while they're setting up to take the picture of you, just start laughing. Just continuously start laughing. It sounds really awkward. Continuously start laughing and let them just take the pictures, and you pick the one where you're moving the least. That's always the best one. Like, that's the best one. Like, the in the moment pictures are the best ones. So that's an easy way to get it done. That's an easy way to get it done. You don't have to go do a professional photo shoot and all that stuff. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Okay. Number 7, why do they need this? On your service page, you need to list why they need this. Why is it so important that they get this? Why do they need it now? Why is it going to help them grow their business? Why is it going to improve their lifestyle? Because once they get on that page, after they're looking through all these things they're reading, they're going to start asking themselves, do I need this? And am I willing to pay that for it? And so the why will help answer those questions for them. Why do they need this item? If you can't come up with a why, that may not be your item. It may not be the product for a sales page. So just make sure that you can come up with that why. Number 8, who is it for? Who is it for? Not everyone that lands on your sales page is going to be the ideal client or that's it. They're not going to be the ideal client for that product. Okay. Guys, when I make my sales pages, they get cached. I'll tell you this, they get cached in the internet. So what that means is, like, I made a sales page, for example, like on Labor Day of last year, and people are still clicking on it. And so it's important that I put who this is for, because I don't know where these people are coming from. You don't know where these people are coming from. It's almost impossible to really track and understand where that traffic is coming from. You can try to control it, but you can't control it completely. It's the internet. So on that page, you need to put who you specifically designed this service for. If you specifically designed this service for moms, if you don't put that and a dad comes on there and buys it, and everything that you've created, the entire program that you've written, is not going to work for a dad, then you can only be mad at yourself because you didn't put who it was for. So he read through the whole page and was like, this is awesome. I totally need some parenting lessons. I'm going to buy this. Boom, buys it. Now you have to go back through that curriculum that you wrote for moms and adjust it to work for a dad because you didn't put you didn't put who it was for on your page. And that's kind of like a generic example because there's obvious differences. That's a generic explanation because there are obvious differences between parenting the dad way and parenting the mom way, whatever you want to define that as. But yes, there's obvious differences. So that was just like an example. But here's another example. Okay, so let's say that you are a life coach, and you coach, and I have a client that does this, and you coach for highly sensitive / introverted entrepreneurs. That needs to be written on your sales page, because what happens when someone stumbles upon your page and they do not fit into that category? And it's not that you don't want the money, and it's not that you can't coach that person. It's just that that specific program may not be the best fit for that person. It just may not be. And so what they need to be on instead, that client needs to be filling out a contact us form or a client intake form so that you can create something that's best for them. When you design a service, that's why when you design a service, you've got to have someone in mind that you're designing it for, because it's going to work really good for some people and it's not going to work so good for other people. And those people down here that it's not going to work good for, you don't want them to accidentally buy into something and have really high expectations, but it's not actually designed for them. So you have to put who it's for on the page. You got to put that somewhere. Number 9, the product promise. What is the main thing that your product promises? Is it going to make you feel better about yourself? Is it going to bring an extra $2,000 a month in business income? And it may not be exactly that quantifiable, but what is the thing that your product is promising? So for example, I released a 30-day strategic plan. That product is promising that you are going to make progress in your business. You're going to see real change. You're going to feel better about what's happening in your business. You're going to have more control over what's going on, and you're going to increase your income and increase your brand visibility. It's not an exact number. Why? Because it's all based upon that person, what they price things at, how hard they work, how much time they put into their marketing strategy. It's all inside of that. But I can tell you, guaranteed, if you do everything that I'm telling you to do, you're definitely going to have an increase in income. So if you're making $5, you're now going to make $10. If you're making $10, you're now going to make $15. Whatever it may be, it's definitely going to bring you an increase. The amount of increase, that's up to the amount of work that you put into working the plan. So what is your product promising? So that needs to be listed on the sales page as well. All right, and last but not least, the buy button. The buy button. There needs to be a buy button. I have made the mistake before of creating a sales page and forgetting to either hook up the buy button. So you need to make sure that the link works. So go back and look at it through your customer's eyes and see if the link works. But yes, the buy button, very important. Also, strategic. I'm thinking strategic because that's what I've been doing all morning. Research shows that if you make the buy button a distinctly different color than the rest of the page, it is more likely to be clicked on. So if your page background is red, make your buy button bright yellow. If your page is just a white background, make your buy button bright green. So just think about that when you're creating the buy button, but change the color of it. Make sure it works. Make sure it works, because there's nothing worse than when you go to buy something and you click the button and it doesn't work. Then you almost instantly no longer want it, no matter how you're going to be able to pay for it. Like, you're just like, oh, well, never mind. Like, you don't want people to do that after you've done all of that work to get them there and get them to the bottom of the page. There's also research that shows if your buy button is above the fold, it is also more likely to be clicked. So above the fold is what's considered when you immediately open the web page or the mobile page, whatever can be seen in the frame of the screen before the person starts scrolling. So that is called the above the fold. People say put your button, you can put multiple buttons on the page. You should put multiple buttons on your page, but a lot of people say to put your first button above the fold. So that could also have some influence. All right, so let me recap. 10 must-haves for a service sales page. Number 1, list the benefits. Number 2, how can the information be accessed, or how can the service or product be accessed? Number 3, when can it be accessed? Number 4, testimonials. Number 5, bio or background on your brand. Number 6, a photo of you to humanize your brand. Number 7, why the product is needed. Number 8, who the product is for specifically. Number 9, the promise that the product makes. And number 10, the buy buttons. The buy buttons. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Any questions? I'm going to be back at 4. Oh, I'm stretching. I'm going to be back at 4 with the product-based live. And I don't even know the topic because, as you guys can see, I had to erase some things on my board. If you guys have not already, go ahead and join my private Facebook group. The link is in my bio. There's actually a secret sale going on right now. There's a secret sale going on inside of the private Facebook group. If you're not in there, you don't know what I'm talking about because you're not in there. So you have to click the link in my bio and go join for those private sales. They always get private sales. I think this is the first official one, but I have a couple of things in mind. And anytime I release anything new, I'll release it first through the Facebook group at my discounted price, and then everyone else gets it at regular price. So join the Facebook group, just in case. How long did it take you to build that Shopify store on your Insta Live? It took me 2 hours. I haven't put any products inside of it yet because I'm deciding if I actually want to try it or not. Like full out try it for myself, because I was going to run the Shopify store off of digital products. Shopify is an e-commerce platform, so it was built for physical products, but I wanted to see if it would also function well with digital products. But it took me about 2 hours. I'll probably post, I can post on Instagram and show you guys what it looks like. Oh, but there's no products in it, so it's going to look weird. But I can give you an idea. I'll put it up there. Yes, this Facebook group. Yes. All right. I think today's product-based is going to be a recap of yesterday, which was packaging. And there's something else I'm supposed to be talking about, but I got to look back at the list. Yeah, they do have plugins for drop shipping on Shopify, like Uberlo. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Uberload, but there's some other stuff too. All right, guys, I am going to hop off of here and prep because I have a consult in like 20 minutes. I'll see you guys later. If you are interested in a 30-day strategy plan, I just revamped the sales page for it. It's like one-on-one coaching, but it's a lot more tactical. So it's a lot more hands-on, but it's intense. So that's why it's a little bit different than the average coaching program. But anyways, I'm putting the link in my bio for that if you guys are more interested in that. Tashina says you and your mom are twins. Oh yeah, we look a lot alike. We look a lot alike. I'm on her homepage of her site. I'm on the homepage of her site. It's just so crazy how thousands of people see that every single day, and it takes them a really long time to realize that we're related. Do I have any room in Atlanta? What do you like in the class, the Atlanta class? I posted an Atlanta class too, by the way. That was a very secret launch that I did last night in the middle of the night. But there's a sales funnel workshop that I'm going to be hosting in Atlanta, and the early bird tickets are on sale for $29. Yes, I do. I have room in the workshop. I've got room in the workshop. So what I did was I released a portion of the tickets at early bird price, and then when the early bird price sells out, then it'll go to regular price, which is $39. So the sales funnel workshop is actually going to be like a hands-on. I'm going to go through and explain a couple of different formats that you can put your sales funnel into. I'm going to pass out some worksheets, and we're going to write a little bit of copy together and use, those trigger words that need to be used. And then we're actually going to install a sales funnel together before we leave class. So it's going to be a really good workshop. It's really going to be hands-on. It is a limited number of seats because you guys know I like to do small stuff so that I can really get in there. It's more of like a group coaching thing, but I call it a workshop because it's hands-on. But I do still have space, so there's still tickets at the $29 early bird price. There's still tickets there. So if you haven't gotten your tickets for Atlanta, there's an Atlanta sales funnel workshop in person, live, $29 tickets. Very functional, very easy. I've got a sales funnel course that's $77. And even though the workshop's not going to be as detailed as the course, because the course obviously, the course has everything in it, everything I've ever used to make a sales funnel is in that course. But the in-person sales funnel is like a crash course boot camp, and that's why it's $29, but it's enough to get you installing sales funnels that very same day. No, the Squarespace class is different. So Squarespace Bootcamp is on February 10th. That one's $99. And then the sales funnel is the last weekend in February. So that is on the 24th, and that is a workshop. That's a $29 workshop. So yeah, the Squarespace Bootcamp's a little bit different because it's longer and it's going through all the functions of building a website. And there's a lot of question and answer, and we'll all be logged into our own Squarespace dashboards as we're like actually creating pages and graphics and stuff like that. So get ready to have tabs open. Like if y'all come to a workshop with me and I require you to bring your laptop, like get ready to have at least 3 or 4 tabs open because we're going back and forth and all that stuff. So yes. All right, I'm getting off of here. I'm hopping off of here so I can go prep. I will see you guys later on this afternoon, and I will probably, chronicle my travels in Charlotte as I'm there all day tomorrow. Yes. Send me a message. And I'll send you the link for that. Bye.